my dreams are lavish. Went from I don't think you're trying to get rich. You don't want it. You ain't really trying to get rich. You don't want it. I don't think you want get rich.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, NBA fans. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson, and seated beside me, Kenny the Jet Smith, and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, we'll see the Los Angeles Lakers as they play against the Golden State Warriors. And a nice roll continuing right now for Golden State. They must be satisfied with the way things have gone for them over the first few months. They've played with confidence and composure and have won more than their share of games. And with some time here to spare, let's talk leadership in the NBA. Kenny, who would you say are the best leaders on the floor in the league?
Wow. Well, obviously, the great Tim Duncan in the San Antonio Spurs with his leadership with Greg Popovich. They're the top of the list. You know, I also like Kevin Durant. You know, Kevin Durant's leadership is probably unparalleled or underrated, I would say, from his position, because he always has his team in position to win.
There's two type of leaders, Ernie, the vocal leader and the one that leads by example. One of my favorite vocal leaders, Chris Paul. Dirk Nowitzki is not very vocal, but he leads by example. LeBron James does both. Very vocal at times, very animated.
Joakim Noah's not bad either now for the Bulls, even though he's not the greatest of those players, but he's a good leader.
Yeah, but LeBron does both.
What kind of a leader were you, Shaq?
I was vocal. I used to get in people's rack, Ernie.
Did you?
Mess around if you want to. Tear the locker room up.
What would you do if you had a guy like Kenny on your team?
I wouldn't do anything for Kenny because Kenny would make me look good because I know for a fact if I kick it out to Kenny, he's going to knock it down.
And you know, I would be the first thing I would say, if we don't get it to Shaq, I'm slapping someone.
Let's get it to Kevin Harlan as they get ready for the opening tip.
You just scared me.
And now, your Los Angeles Lakers starting lineup. At power forward, standing 6'8", number 7, Larry Nance. At center, standing 7'2", number 17, Roy Hibbert. From Low Merritt High School, Kobe Bryant. At point, standing 6'5", number 6, Jordan Clarkson. At the other guard position, standing 6'1", number 23, Lou Williams. Your home team head coach is Byron.
Everyone is in their seats here at the Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles as the Los Angeles Lakers look to grab a win on the home floor. Well, it was the Golden State Warriors winning their last game against the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah, struggled to shoot the basketball in that game, but still found a way, if you will. I mean, they had to pick up the slack in a lot of other areas, and they did.
And, Greg, you know, not too many teams are going to win shooting that poorly from the floor. So, I'd have to say it says a lot about them as a ball club to win with that poor shooting performance.
Now, Golden State's starting five. It's the Splash Brothers, Curry and Thompson. They're in the backcourt. The defensive stalwarts, Green and Bogut, are down low. And it's Rush in at the 3 spot.
And guys, Steph Curry, the rare point guard who's almost as effective playing off the ball as he is on it. And the Warriors have really emphasized that as he's evolved as a player, bringing in a lot of playmakers who can set him up coming off screens.
Los Angeles on D. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
And it wasn't just about the bad shooting. It was really more so about the bad offense. They just didn't execute well. The screens weren't there. The spacing was poor, and thusly the defeat.
Well, you've laid out a couple of the details that lead to good offense or bad if you don't execute them. Shooting is just a byproduct of not screening well and not moving the ball or players well. They didn't execute anything on the offensive end.
We've played just over a minute here in the first. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Well, Kevin, a moment ago, Steve Kerr and I were able to chat. They've had success against this team, winning their one matchup of the season, but he's not getting complacent, and his first order of business has been readying them to score against such a tough shot-blocking presence inside. He said in a game like this, you can't turn down good perimeter looks. We've got to be aggressive getting to our looks and try to track down our misses. Guys, let's see how it works.
Wonderful stuff, Doris. Thanks. What approach to use against the opposing D, I guess, in the front of their minds, it sounds like, guys.
And I think it's going to take not just one approach, but several. I mean, they are so good at making adjustments defensively. They'll have to be ready to adjust on the fly as well.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, this is a team that will give you a lot of different looks at the defensive end, so adjusting and adapting, critically important.
Here is Nance. After the made shot from Klay Thompson. Bryant, that's for 2. Los Angeles with another miss. The Warriors have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. A big part of the problem for the Lakers last year was consistency. Clark, with all their injuries, they had to shuffle the lineup, it seemed, every game.
Well, you know what happened with all that shuffling was they got to see a lot of different players and evaluate them for the future. I think it helped in regards to what they're going to do this offseason.
Golden State's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Now here's Curry. He's covered by Clarkson. Curry, good.
And it looks like he might just be on his A game today, Clark.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
And for the Lakers, obviously the big get for them was landing the number 2 overall pick in the draft. Getting a quality big to add to a roster with Kobe is huge. It made them a player, again, I believe, in free agency.
And, you know, when it comes to the Lakers, they're always going to be players in free agency if they have money. It's still a marquee franchise in the NBA, one of the top 2 or 3, no doubt. When you have high draft picks and money to spend, people want to play for you, and not to mention California is an attractive destination.
Julius Randle's checked in for Larry Nance. Then for the Warriors, Festus Ezeli comes in for Andrew Bogut. And it's Iguodala in for Brandon Rush. .111 left to play in the first quarter. Now, here's Clarkson. Defense right on him. Dishes it to Hibbert. Takes the 13-footer. The rebound by Ezeli.
The defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Thompson passes to Iguodala. Shot is off. And it's the Lakers the other way. Kobe kicks to Hibbert. The kick out to Williams. Beyond the arc. That's good. Williams has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
You know what, guys? He can really light it up from the perimeter at times.
Stolen by Clarkson. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Williams gets the bucket. Williams has got 5 now.
The defense to start and ignite that play was terrific, and I love the fact that they attacked early in the shot clock.
And really look for them now to be even more aggressive on the defensive side. Try to come up with a few more steals.
Outside Curry. Good, he hits the jump shot. 6 points for him.
He's got so much junk in his trunk, he'll find a way to hurt you.
Kicks it to Randall. An easy 2 points on the layup. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, but neither team really able to jump ahead.
Yeah, it reminds me of that Cameo song, Back and Forth.
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Lakers ahead. They're up by 1. And back with the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And speaking with Roy Hibbert before the game, he helped illuminate their defensive philosophy.
We want to guard the paint, and some of that has to do with myself being able to patrol the paint as much as possible. We want long contested twos. They guard the three-point line, bring them to me. I'll either hit them with a straight-up block the shot or alter the shot. So contested twos are the worst shots in the NBA.
When you have that sort of focus like Hibbert, that kind of confidence on display on a nightly basis, Greg, you are a game changer, and he does change games every night.
You know, and we saw his skill set and execution develop very rapidly over the course of just a couple years. He worked extremely hard to become the force he is on the interior in this game.
Welcome back, folks. We have a close game here at the start of the second quarter of play. And what stands out to you from the Lakers in this one?
They came out with the purpose of playing for one another, making the extra pass throughout that first quarter.
Guys, that is simply just good basketball. I mean, really good basketball. Total team effort out there.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Setting the floor for the Warriors. Iguodala and Green are set at the forward spots. Barbosa is out there with Steph Curry. And it's Ezeli in at the 5 down low. And for Festus Ezeli, came in as an extremely raw prospect a couple years back. Late first-round draft pick. His minutes were down actually last season, but his production was decidedly up.
Yeah, he went from 44 to 55% on field goals, from 53 to 63% on free throws, a testament to how much effort he's putting into developing that shooting stroke.
And, you know, going back to Ezeli, impressive physically, 7 foot, 7'6" wingspan, 5% body fat. If his skill set ever catches up with his natural gifts, watch out, watch out.
Both free throws good from Green.
And a footnote to Ezeli, one of his college administrators raved about his intelligence. He cited Ezeli's broad perspective on world trade, globalization, and I tell you what, if Ezeli keeps improving, he'll soon be a serious benefactor of the economics of American sports.
Well, I tell you, the Warriors roster fit together hand in glove. They were led by the Splash Brothers.